Happy Wellness Wednesday! This week we are going to continue on our weight loss topics and talk about why you are not losing weight even though you are cutting calories and trying to lose weight. There's something actually happening in the body behind the scenes that is preventing this from happening, and you're actually kind of working against yourself when you do this. So before I dive into that though, want to check in. Did you do the homework from last week? And that was to start tracking everything, to see where your macros were at and to find out what your BMR is, which is your basal metabolic rate. If you have not done that, hop back to last week. You can find it in the little series section in the IGTV and check it out. So today what we're going to talk about, many of you have probably tried to cut your calories. There's always this weird arbitrary calorie amount of like 1,200 calories that people will try and stick with to lose weight. And they just take whatever they were eating before, and maybe it was on a dinner plate, and chop their calories, don't really change the quality of what's on the plate, but they change the quantity and put it on a salad plate. And the reason that that does not work so well, you might get a little bit of traction, but then it's going to stop. You're going to start to lose muscle, which you don't want to do. But the reason that that is not working to lose weight is that you're not treating the real issue, which is happening behind the scenes, and that is insulin resistance. So if this is something new to you that you've never heard of before, or maybe you're thinking, insulin, that sounds like a diabetic thing. Well, it's actually a pretty common American thing, or any countries that are overweight that have eaten the something similar to the standard American diet, stands for SAD, fittingly. So what insulin resistance is it's basically that all of your cells, they're trying to, you eat something, say a bagel or a donut, and your blood sugar rises. And so your body, the pancreas, says, oh, we got to get some insulin. Its job is to lower that blood sugar because your body does not want high blood sugar. But because we have eaten such a high carb and high sugar diet, our cells are now resisting that. That is insulin resistance. So this is like step one of a multi-step process of a person becoming a type 2 diabetic. So the reason that that's happening is that we've given our body so much sugar. The best analogy I've ever heard of insulin resistance is to kind of think of it like inflation. So what used to cost, say, $10 is now 100. So what used to take a little bit of insulin now takes a lot of insulin. So why does that matter, and why is it preventing you from losing weight? Well, what's happening when the insulin that your body produces cannot lower the blood sugar, the only other thing that it can do is to put it into the fat cell, which means our fat cell expands and we gain weight. So we might be doing all the quote right things trying to lose weight. Maybe we're counting our points. I know that's a very popular diet. Or we're doing random diet foods that say low calorie, low fat, things like that. Well, what's happening is those things are usually jacked up with sugar. So it's not addressing the blood sugar issue whatsoever. I see people do all these crazy diets all the time trying to lose weight, but they're always frustrated and it's not working because it's not treating insulin resistance. So really what's happening is they're just kind of working against themselves. And yeah, they'll lose a tiny bit of weight here and there, but they're going to start burning their muscle also. And that's something we're going to get into next week on yo-yo dieting and how that burns your muscle. But I want you to understand insulin resistance. So the best way to kind of help combat that, and again, most Americans are insulin resistant. If you think you might be, just assume you are, and you can go ahead and eat a diet that's lower in carbs and sugars, in more of the simple carbs. So healthy carbs are, complex carbs are healthy for you. But a couple signs would be struggle with losing weight, exhaustion, starting to get little skin tags, dark areas around the neck, trouble sleeping, being hungry all the time, and abdominal fat. So if any of those sound like you are probably one of the lucky many, many, many insulin resistant people out there, and you really need to keep an eye on it. If you wanted to, you could start to check your blood sugar. You really don't need to take it that far though. Just starting to eat a diet that is higher in lean proteins, healthy fat, and lower in those simple carbs is going to help tremendously just to start to help get the body back on track, kind of lower that inflation if we go back to the analogy that I used before. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions on weight loss or anything you want to see on these Wednesday wellness videos, I'm doing weight loss the month of February. Just DM me or post it in the comments below and I will address it soon. Thank you.